Hello, hello. Want to say thank you so much. I appreciate our connection, and I have a conversation that I wanted to share with you today. It is all about the free consultations. And if you're like most bookkeepers, tax professionals, accountants, then probably you are having a first meeting with a potential new client before you enroll them into your services. And I want to say, first impressions are lasting impression. Someone is going to make a quick judgment, probably in less than the first 5 minutes of meeting with you. That means that there's this critical 5 minutes where you need to be able to have them feel that they can trust you, that you have the confidence, that you have the know-how to do what it is that they're looking to have fixed, the problems removed that they're dealing with, that you have the solution that they've been seeking. So you have 5 minutes, probably even less than that, to really make that first impression. And I realize that your free initial consultations last more than 5 minutes, but by that first 5 minutes, they're already deciding whether they want to go ahead and continue talking with you, whether they're interested, or maybe that first 5 minutes is like, no, not really what you're talking about or how you're showing up is making that impression that they're looking for. So that is something to think about. Is they're already making decisions about whether to move forward with you or not. But I want to talk about you now, because how often have you had maybe some red flags, some doubts about whether you ought to be working with someone, that gut feeling that comes up, and you just didn't pay attention to it, and you went ahead and signed that person on anyway, and then that person, yes, turned out to be the headache you expected them to be. Because of that, I want to say not only do they get to decide whether they want to move forward and work with you, but actually you have the final say. You get to decide too. If it feels like a fit for you, where there's no red flags, the hairs on the back of your neck don't stand up as you're talking to them and you're listening to what their demands are and expectations are and how they're trying to negotiate with you. If you're getting none of those red flags and you do want to move forward, then at the end you get to offer them an invitation to be able to join you and have you help them out. But if those things are happening, I want to encourage you to take the higher road and just bless them and let them move on, because working together ought to be a mutually beneficial relationship. It's like any long-term relationship. It needs to be satisfying on both sides. Otherwise, there's a cost. And think about, what are the costs of your headache clients? Frustration, additional time. They expect you to be able to accommodate them. They want exceptions without wanting to pay for it. It's not a win-win. And once they're on board and you're already working with them, you think about it for too long that they would go away before something ever happens. And that is what I got from one of my clients this week, Rod Couts from Seaside Resources. He was sharing this insight with me, and I wanted to be able to share it with you as well. Is he met with a potential client, and all of a sudden it was this client and his wife. And this particular person was telling him about how he wants to hand over the paper bank statements each month for him to reconcile, that he doesn't use QuickBooks Online. He wants Rod to be able to accommodate to his way of doing accounting, as opposed to him listening to Rod as being the expert on how to be able to work with him. And he was giving all these demands of, if you're going to work with me, I'm telling you how to work with me, instead of listening to Rod and what's the best way to work together. Because of that, Rod said, I don't think that I can help you in the way that you want me to, because I'm not going to be able to add full value if we can't work together and get everything up online and be able to follow through with my recommendations are. Now, the wife, she wanted to make the switch, but this person wasn't willing to budge in his ways. So as a result of that, Rod wished him good luck and sent him on the path, on his way. But the main thing that was like really important for Ron to see is in the past, he would have just accepted this person as a client and then been miserable trying to accommodate this person's demands and way of operations. So that is why I'm sharing this with you, is because you do not need to accept everyone. You do not need to work with everybody who's willing to pay your fees. It needs to be a win-win on both sides. Otherwise, you end up with clients who are running your firm and telling you how to be able to do your business instead of them seeing you as an expert, respecting you, and adapting to how you do business. So you're the expert. You get to set up your business in the way that works best for you, and your clients who value you will respect that and accommodate that. The ones that don't, those are not the best clients. You regret it down the road. But as a result of this is some of the things that he does differently that I also wanted you to consider. The first thing is price. He no longer competes on price. He has raised his rates 3 to 4 times and has clients who are happy to pay his new fees. In fact, because they're paying a higher rate, they're actually better clients. The second thing is qualities. By working together, he now has awareness about what are the qualities of those high value clients and what are the qualities of those headache clients. That's why he was able to figure out that this is someone he didn't want to work with and make an offer to. Number 3 is questions. We went ahead and created certain questions so he can determine is this going to be a high value client or is this going to be a headache client? Number 4 is clues. He's actually looking for red flags and clues that this might be someone who is not a good fit for him, because it's easier to say that I'm not a good fit when you're first meeting, that initial consultation, than when someone has actually paid you money, engaged your services. And number 5 is offer. If this person is not a good fit, he does not make an offer. So those are 5 of the things that he does differently. Is price. He knows the qualities of high value versus low value clients. Questions, he's asking better questions. Clues, he's looking for those red flags, listening to his gut. And 5, the offer. If it's not a fit, they don't get an offer from him. So this is the impact of him doing these things. Rod's now in charge of his firm. Clients view him as a consultant. His stress levels drastically reduced, and his revenues increased 40% over this past tax season. And that is just because he got smarter about who he wants to work with, and he's now cherry picking his clients. So think about what that would be like for you. And once again, I just want to say, follow Rod's lead, be choosy, do not accept everybody, because when you're getting that initial gut feeling about someone, it's worth paying attention to. And if you want to go ahead and master that free consultation in order to have some of these same results as well, then I invite you to join me next week on Wednesday, June 8th at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific, for 5 steps to win new clients, even when you don't enjoy the sales part. Once again, my training next week is going to be 5 steps to win new clients, even if you don't enjoy the sales part. It is a free masterclass. It is live. So I love engaging with you, answering your specific questions. If that appeals to you and you are ready to master the sales conversation, that first initial consultation to win those high value clients, then join me next week and go to businesssuccesssolution.com/enroll. I'll put that down below as well, but it's at businesssuccesssolution.com/enroll. And please go ahead and share one takeaway, something that you're already doing that was validated during this conversation today, something that's an aha and absolutely ready to implement. I love getting your feedback and hearing from you. Once again, join me next week if you want to be able to win new clients and master the enrolling conversation without being salesy. It's businesssuccesssolution.com/enroll, and I will talk to you soon. Loren Fogelman, showing accounting professionals how to double their income, working half the time.